Mugi top of your screen, Vitor at the bottom. And now you've talked a lot about so far today the total career winnings. And Mugi is the second winningest player in this tournament today at 240,551 in solo prize money so far. A big portion of that courtesy of his championship last year.
Yeah, it's easy to be in the top 3 when you have a #1 behind you in a world competition.
So Mortar Miner for Vitor here in game #1. He usually plays this with Archer Queen, opting for the Musketeer instead, and that Royal Giant getting some early damage for Mugi.
Yeah, I loved how Vitor defended that. No Mortar in cycle, so he has to play the guards up top, Mighty Miner low, and the Ice Spirit to take the aggro of the Fisherman. I think he did what he could with what he had. It obviously wasn't perfect, but I think anybody else would have taken a lot more damage.
You know, a lot of people would say that the Mortar does a great job countering against these Royal Giant decks, but of course you do have this other piece in here with the Fisherman able to pull through everything early on. How do you feel about this matchup?
Right here, because he has the Mighty Miner plus the Ice Spirit, I think it's probably fairly good for Vitor. I don't know if it's more than a 60-40, but just because he has the Mortar, he has the Mighty Miner, and the Ice Spirit, a 1 Elixir card, is definitely game-changing in this matchup.
Sets up Royal Ghost in the back. Does Mugi, who of course has been very popular for a long time, came out initially as one of the top ladder pros before he turned 16. 89.03 personal best on ladder.
The Mortar is able to protect the Musketeer, but I don't think the Musketeer is going to do that much. Miner not able to get there in time. So while this Mighty Miner is protected, it's not going to be able to reach the tower. Will he activate the bomb? And we do see it. 55 seconds left, 22:54 to 18:12.
Smart play by Vitor there. He knew, we all knew, not going to get much from that drill being carried by the Mighty Miner, so might as well go ahead and get that bomb damage. The question is, was it worth the Elixir spend?
Yeah, I think he needed to do that. He just needed to get back in the game. It's so hard for these Mortar decks, once it's very close, to get that final bit of damage if you're behind. So because he's only behind 400, he's in an okay spot now.
That Log Electro Spirit to clean up and get everything out of the way of that Musketeer for the Fisherman. Very nicely played by Mugi, and it's not often you see in the first 3 minutes 2 Royal Giants on the board.
That's right, and both of these previous Royal Giants going down the right lane, so he's really just trying to set it up so that way he can go RG opposite lane, Mighty Miner in the left side, but now we could see the ability be used and plopped onto the right side. I want to see it, but I don't think we're going to.
The high Mortar to hold on, Ice Spirit to slow things down for a little bit. Royal Giant with the Log plus Hunter. That's a ton of damage, lightning in, and just like that, Mugi is way out ahead.
209, no lightning in hand, but that's not going to matter. He is down too much Elixir. Vitor is 209. He's just 2 cards away, 0 cards away. Lightning, Mugi taking game #1.
I mean, that was just a masterclass in micro. And the ladder play of Mugi with the 8.9K. No slouch himself. Vitor, 86.77 personal best on ladder. And talk about fast cycle here, Josh. Minor wall breakers most likely.
Yeah, we do see the wall breakers plus the Dark Golem plus the Skarmy. Skarmy will be able to defend everything properly. A slight Elixir advantage for Mugi. And Vitor on the opposite end, we could be seeing a lightning deck. We could be seeing anything. And there we go. We do see the ghost. So right now, opening, I'm looking at MK, but it could be something else.
Well, MK is certainly part of what Vitor likes to play, and Mugi often himself goes to the MK decks versus cycle players, but of course we're seeing Vitor drop the Mega Knight.
Wallbreaker's opposite lane, and I love this pressure, and I think Mugi loves that damage, getting the tower down to 2268. You see the Wallbreakers connect in the first minute. It's never really something you want when you are Vitor. And right here, another Ice Spirit used. Will he be able to defend that? With the drill, it should be easy enough.
And that Inferno Tower, definitely a nice call here for Mugi against this deck, but you saw the other part about that drill, and you know, some players at home, especially if you're in the 4,000-ish trophy range, you feel like the win condition has to go on tower over and over and over again. Drill is versatile, and it is also, as you just saw, a piece of defense.
Right here, Skeleton King is going to cross the bridge, activating the ability. Archer Queen plus E-Spirit is going to defend that very nicely. A great defense from Vitor, and an overextension on Mugi's end. I don't think he got enough value from that. This should be a very difficult match, or a difficult situation for him.
Oh, and the Ghost goes back to the other side. If that Ghost had joined the Ram Rider, that might have been a completely game-changing moment. Instead, Mugi kind of gets away here and eats some damage, gives up the lead, but that could have been significantly worse.
I'm really shocked that he went so aggressive right before double elixir happened. He has the Inferno Tower. He knows with his deck that he can get as aggressive as he wants in triple. Kind of surprising to see a mistake like that made from him.
That was a really great Electro Spirit out of Vitor to control that Skeleton King. And now it feels like momentum is shifting towards the Pride of Portugal.
That's right, nothing to protect the Inferno Tower. Lightning plus MK will happen, but we do see the King Tower activation. Not going to panic. Will he go in with the drill again? I love that prediction snowball from Vitor. He would have been able to win the game had the Skarmory been played.
What a great pickup there by Mugi. He saw that coming a mile away, had the King Tower activation perfectly set up there against the Mega Knight, and saved what could have been a bad situation. But let's keep in mind, as we go into sudden death, it is Vitor ahead by almost 300 HP.
Right there, the Ghost surviving with 0.08 health. It does force out the Ice Spirit in response. Ram Rider on top of the drill. Bandit to help out on the defense. And the Skeleton King's activated ability is able to take the Mega Knight completely out.
And not able to stop that Dart Goblin in full as the Mega Knight. So now Mugi getting some good damage on the left-hand side, putting dual lane pressure as the wall breakers follow the skeletons that are also feeding that Skeleton King on the left-hand side. And just like that, the lead swings back to Mugi.
Beautiful pressure, overextension from Vitor, and he recognized it immediately. The wall breakers for 2 elixir have been so valuable for him. And just the fact that he's using the drill on defense every single time, just beautiful awareness. I don't see that ever.
The Electro Spirit really has been the MVP so far for Vitor, cleaning up a whole lot, but now giving up a ton of damage on the left-hand side. So both towers for Vitor now under 1,000 HP as we go into triple elixir. Will the drill wall breakers carry the day, or can Vitor find one more way through and get this game back?
Triple elixir is so valuable for these Ram Rider decks, but on the opposite end, it's just as valuable for the quick cycle. Inferno Tower comes out. He does defend that very easily. Nothing in cycle. The Bandit does get the dash, but that's okay. He can tank damage on the left side. He just needs to worry about the right now.
And another great Electro Spirit out of Vitor. Wants to stop these wall breakers, drill in. Queen goes the right direction, snowball to support, but 592 left. This really is the last moment for Vitor.
No Inferno Tower coming down the left side. Will get down to 1137. Skarmory is going to come down. 869, 958. Right now, Bandit gets the dash.
The Bandit gets the dash. 10 seconds left. Can the drill do it? Wallbreaker's trying to get there. Bandit does not pick up. Oh my God, the Wallbreaker connects, and Mugi gets the win.
The Ghost was right on the tower. He would have been able to Ghost lightly. Not gonna matter. Mugi